Hey, it's Sunday. Welcome again. And I'm going to do my corsages. And so far, we heard the release of Medimel. That's great, good news. But, just want to, like her elders should advise her. I guess they have been, Miss Pointer or whatever. That she should just relax and chill herself. Like, we are minorities in our country, land of birth, Guyana. And when I say minorities, we the darkies. And how could a minority bring down a majority? I don't know. You come to another country, you're still the minority. The only way you're the majority is the country of what they say, the mother country, according to history, the motherland, where you're originally from. You know, everybody's from original country that he brought to Guyana. You're the majority in that country. But we know that the Indians are the majority in Guyana. So, I'm not mocking her, laughing. It's her platform. She got to do what she got to do. But sometimes you just have to, relax. And, you know, because you're fighting and you're fighting and you're not winning. Do you think that over here we're still the minorities? You think they're gonna listen to the minority and take the government out just because of what you be saying? On those people, they got a lot of investments in Guyana. The oil is booming, the oil industry popping, and everything's just going great. Anyway, that's not what I really want to talk about. I just want to let people know I don't want people hating on me for what I'm saying. That's her platform, that's her right. But to get at the same time, you have to use caution in things you're doing. So remember, I was showing you these corsages that I made. I made these over the week. I think Friday, and I just wanted to show you guys. I just wanted to continue. I want to finish them up because it's graduation time soon, and I just want to finish them up, promote them so they could start selling. And I made a white, and I want to make some matching boutonnieres for try to make try to make them in pairs and matching. So I have to just clean the dry glue off. And this is a boutonniere. Um, what I wanted to show you is that when we're making boutonnieres, right? And we want to hide the end, like here, we use floral ribbon, floral tape. I brought it up from downstairs, but where the hell it is, I have to do another video on that. So these are all that I have in the bag. Here are them. I have a lot of corsages. There's a pink and yellow. And look what I did. I didn't know if I showed you guys. This was I think I showed you guys. So basically, if you have a long stem, you wrap the floral tape or ribbon to hide it, and then you put a piece of let's say, what's the major color in here? I can put a green. I'll put a green tape too at the bottom here. But when I find the floral tape, I'll do another one to show you guys how to conceal the stem, because sometimes you won't get to cut the stem. And I don't know, I brought it up and I don't know where I put it. So we're using the green. There's a whole bunch of fine paper ribbons. Or if you have satin ribbon, the satin ribbons are the best. I like those. They're more softer and give it a nicer look. Yeah. And another thing I want to talk about, usually when I'm doing my YouTube uh, videos, I want to like educate. Like I say, I always want to advocate for kids and, you know, kids that turn into adults that been suffering and then they become an adult and then they still have issues dealing with people in life and, you know, so I found the end. I'm trying to get the end. So I just want to say that so I got the old. No, I wanted the green. Sometimes I come on YouTube, I might be all dressed up, my hair neat and stuff. Another time I won't, because this is what low self-esteem looks like. You don't buy self-esteem, or you don't what should I say? Self-esteem is grown, or should I say sewn into you by the way you've been treated, the way you feel about people, make you feel about yourself. I know a lot of people say, okay, come on, you could feel better about yourself. But if all your life you've been growing up and you've been hearing this stem supposed to be longer for me to wrap it on, but I'm just doing this to show you. I'll do one from the starting. If all your life you've been growing up and hearing, oh, you look like your father, which in my father is dark, Madras dark, right? And my mom, she's light skin, because they have their white Amerindian, all of that. Yes, people in Guyana, they do have white in them. Some people, because you know the history is that when the British used to be in Guyana, they raped my great grandma. She was East Indian, and then she got her son, and then our kids, and then there came light, and then his kids came light. So and so I'll take this now and I'll just curl it. I could cut it short if I want to. You can cut it shorter if you want, or if you want to give it a nice, I think most people would want it cut short, right? And then you put the pin, the safety pin, right behind here. Let's rub it again. And if I want the glue here, I can put a little, what should I say, a little fine little bead or something, but I'll get around to show you that. I just wanted to, so yeah. And then I have this one. I was looking for the floral tape. The floral tape is green, so when you wrap it, it's just greenery, and then you put the ribbon again to hide it. This is for a woman. I think they said a woman wears a 3-budded rose, and men they wear one of the boutonniere. And then I made this the corsage. So like I said, I'm trying to match with the where did I put it? Lord, I put things down and then I don't know where I put it. Let's see, I just threw it in here. Easter wedding or party. So back to what I'm saying. Yeah. So, and you also put paper ribbons or satin ribbons on your corsages too. It makes it look more so I'll use a yellow. It makes it look more You could put it under here. You could put it under here. Some people put it on before they start decorating. And you give it a nice, pretty little bow. Let's see. Yes, back to what I was saying. So this is what self-esteem looks like. Low self-esteem. You can't tell somebody, oh man, get over it thing. But if from birth, what should I say birth? Growing up, you've been told that you don't look good. Like I'm saying, my father's madras dark. And I've always been told, she always kept telling me, oh, you look like your father, you're dark like him, your foot is so short, you're hard, your face is hard. And never ever was I told that, oh, you're beautiful, or, I've never been told all of that. So I just grew up thinking that, hey, I'm nothing. And I always used to hide away from mirrors. Even up to now, I hide away from mirrors. Like, I don't want to see myself in the mirror because to me, I'm no good. I'm not good looking. I remember one day when I was about the age of 16, I was telling her that this guy was playing, he liked me. And she said, oh, you're beautiful. And I was so shocked. Like, I screamed to her and I said, oh, I'm not beautiful. Because if all the time you've been telling a child, oh, they're nothing, they're going to just be, having sex all day from room to room, which in the hormones that I got, yeah, I can, have sex all day, every day. It's not my fault. It's the genes that I got. You know, I think some mothers, some parents are jealous of the kids. I'm telling you. Yeah. But so, like I said, even for now, sometimes I shy away from mirrors. I don't want to look at myself because when I look, all I see is what I've been growing up hearing. Even her sister, sometimes they would bring me all kind of cocoa butter cream and stuff to put on my face. So my aunt would say, you look beautiful dark, but you would look even more beautiful like a little lighter. And they would bring me creams and all kind of stuff for me to use to lighten up my color, and it would just play with my mind. So, you know, but I was comfortable being dark always. I didn't mind looking like my father. It didn't bother me. I didn't care because what else can I do? I always would say to people that say, oh, you look like your father, you act like your father. I would say, well, somebody has to take after him, and it's true. You know, it's true. So my point is that you have kids, stop telling them that they're stupid, they're bad, they're ugly, they're good for nothing. They're going to be like this when they grow old. All the worst things in the world, they're dunce, they're ugly. You don't know how you're damaging that child. And every time they keep hearing it, that's what they're going to grow up believing in it. And, I'm always shy in a corner hiding. Like I said, even up to now, I don't even like staring people in their faces because I believe like, oh my God, you're seeing something on me like they don't like. Parents have the responsibility to make kids feel good. That's the first interaction you have with people, your parents or parent. And she would try to say that my father wasn't better. Well, he wasn't a really good provider, yes. But I'm saying that there are certain things he would never tell us as kids. Like, he wouldn't bring us down like with negative words like we're ugly or stupid. Maybe probably when he was giving some lashes, giving licks, he would say that. But, you know, I'm just advocating, like kids, they need to hear good words. They need to. And the other thing is that, you grow up and then I used to hear, she used to be telling me stuff like, I wish when you were a baby, like I would take a pin and bore it in your mole. Like, for those who don't understand what is bore, like you take a pointed thing and you prick somebody like a needle, bore it in my mole, so I could have go along my way. I mean, like, die. And I used to hear that a lot. And that thing used to just make me, as a child, it, like I said, I was never really happy because all I kept hearing all day, I'm bad, I'm ugly. Not, no, she wouldn't directly say ugly. You look like your father. So my father is dark, Madras dark, because that they got a lot of Indian side. My mom too, because Indian, and then they got the white. So they're very, very light. If I stand next to her, I look black like this because of her lightness. So, and yeah, what I was saying is that you grow up and you're hearing, oh, I should have killed you as a baby. That's basically what she was saying. Sometimes when I remember those things, like, I'm telling you, coming up, I wasn't really no happy child. The only time I used to be happy is at school. And imagine if you got a child only like being at school, don't want to be home, know that there's something wrong going on in a home. Because kids basically, as we know, most kids today, they want to be home on their computer, in their rooms, laptop playing. I never wanted to be home. I just wanted school to keep going on so I could be at school laughing with my friends. Because the minute I got home, it was always something. It was always something. And you can never love a child. So now when I'm old and I came over now at this age and I came to America and she kept saying that she loved me, it's hard for me to reciprocate love if all the time you've been telling me that I'm bad, I'm this, I'm that, and you sorry they didn't kill me. How do you want me to accept that you love me? Oh, so where did the love come from now? So if you guys see me come here and my hair is not done well, because I get up some days and I don't feel to do it, but I just want to make my videos because I'm thinking that, there's somebody out there that wants to learn how to do these stuff. That's basically all I really care about. I don't really care about much how I look sometimes. People might laugh me and, people might be negative. But, I think I can handle it because all my life I've been hearing negative stuff. I'm looking for this horn, but I think it's all done. It don't matter anymore. It don't matter. And, when people come out and they talk things about their parents or what they did to them, they need people to understand and don't be bashing them because nobody's going to come out like that and lie and say things about, then people would say, oh, is your mother? Oh, is this? Oh, is that? No. If that was a good mother, they would never be putting you through those stuff. They would never making you feel like you're less of a person, you're less of a human being. You don't matter. You don't matter. Why don't you matter? So that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, don't matter if I come my hair not done well. I don't care. And I'm grateful that I've gotten to this place. I'm grateful that I'm in America. I mean, it's not like I'm bashing my country, Guyana, or anything like that. But you know, I would say everybody uh gets to come or travel to go different places. Maybe for things to get resolved, issues to get resolved and solved. Because if I never had came here, I would have never known what's going on with me. No, sometimes I'm happy. I have real bad days. I get up and you know what it is to be without a family? Nobody wants anything to do with you because I'm ignorant. I'm loud, I'm violent with my mouth, because I grew up and that's all I've been seeing around me. You imagine you have a mom that's making time for the smaller siblings and not for you because you're so bad. And she should have taken pin and board in your mold and kill you. Well, she tried to do it a lot of times. You know, as a baby, she took me to get an injection for constipation. Who the hell does that? And it was I got an overdose. And instead of she taking me back to the doctor, she just left me there. She would tell me the story. And then sometimes when I couldn't, like, I can't eat a lot of stuff, my heart would race. And I used to tell her, she would say, sorry. She's sorry, it's the injection, it's the injection. But one day I asked my father, because he knows me, I'm very inquisitive. I always asking questions. That's why I can say a lot of stuff. And he said, oh, the injection was overdosed by, I think, 25. It's supposed to be 25, but they give you 50. And I was just like a couple of weeks as a baby. But I think she was trying to kill me because we live like 500 feet from the hospital. And you're going to tell me you have a baby and this baby is convulsing and my eyes turning up, like they said, and you're not going to rush me back to the hospital. My father said I laid there and I was panting, my heart was racing, speeding, and I was convulsing and my eyes were turning around. And he said, he and his leader, they said a prayer for me and I fell asleep. And then I woke up because everybody thought that I was dead. We have kids, and any little thing happen, even my kids at their age, any little thing happen, I'm gonna rush them to the doctor. See me and my kids. I was a single parent for so long that any little thing happen, I would rush my kids to the doctor because we don't want them to be, things to happen. We care, we love them. And you're gonna tell me you live within? She didn't have to travel like me. I go bus and all stuff in Guyana, taxi. My son, I remember one time he was crying all night, and I got up 6 o'clock, and I took him to the doctor. And we were living 50 feet from the hospital. I'm telling you, 500 feet, 50 feet walking, and she can't take me back. Now things affect me when I eat a lot of stuff. I think that it probably damaged my nerves because I'm so nervous. You know, all I want to say, parents, like if you're gonna bring a child, if you got pregnant and you don't know, you didn't plan for the child, be careful of what you say because kids can hear you in the womb. They do. Because since I know myself, I've never felt bonded to her close. Because I heard too that she tried to kill me. She went all lengths and things to try to get me out of her womb. And then she would say stuff like, oh, when she had my big brother,